Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Wednesday, June 1st, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about my core picks for the FanDuel main slate for today, and then going over to my article over at WeBetATS.com and talking about my top GPP stacks for the FanDuel main slate as well for today. But without further ado, we'll get started with the recap of yesterday's picks. At the pitcher position, we had $8,700 Christian Javier. He got to 21 points yesterday. He was a mess. He only ended up pitching 4 innings yesterday. Wasn't that bad on paper, but wasn't the most efficient with his pitches. Only threw 85 pitches yesterday and then got yanked from the game, so just kind of unfortunate there. Then at first base, we had Joey Votto, $2,600. Got to 15 points, so he was a pretty good hit and obviously a good paydown option there overall. At shortstop, we had Francisco Lindor, $4,300, got to 10 points, gave him a hit since he did get to double-digit points yesterday. And then we had Starling Marte, $3,700, got to 22.2 points, so he was also a hit. He ended up hitting an early home run yesterday, but other than that, didn't do too much. But could have been a bigger day, but can't really complain. Still a good play overall. And then last but not least, we had David Peralta at $2,700. Decent paydown option as well at 16.2 points, so he was a hit as well. So all of our hitters were hits yesterday. Just unfortunate that Christian Javier at pitcher was a miss. But with that being said, if you had some decent plays along with these core picks, you probably still had a good chance of cashing yesterday, despite Christian Javier not going that far into the game. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to the core picks for today. And we're going to start off with pitcher Robbie Ray, $9,700, going against the Baltimore Orioles. He's got decent history versus them in his career. I believe the only two hitters that have had a little bit of success against him, Austin Hayes and Cedric Mullins. So if he can avoid them, if he can pitch like he did in his most recent start, there's definitely a ton of upside here tonight. And I will say, too, there's not a lot of pitchers that really jumped out to me overall on today's slate. So Robbie Ray, somebody with that strikeout upside, if he limits the walks, if he limits the runs given up, going to look like one of the better pitchers on tonight's slate overall. Then we move down to our hitters, and we're going to start off with catcher, DH, whatever you want to call him at this point in time, Alejandro Kirk. So he's $2,400, goes against the Chicago White Sox and Michael Kopech. He's 1-for-1 versus Kopech in his career. Alejandro Kirk has been on a tear as of late. $2,400, definitely a cheap price tag for him. He has multi-hit games in 4 out of his last 5 games, a hit in every one of those 5 games. So definitely somebody that I have a lot of interest in once again tonight. Then we move down to second baseman Marcus Semien, $3,000. If you look at my cheat sheet for today, Jeffrey Springs is one of the pitchers I put for kind of that mid-range guy. Has some upside there, but Marcus Semien is one of the few Texas hitters that has hit him very well in the past. Once again, $3,000. He's 5-for-7 with 3 home runs versus Springs, so there's a ton of upside there. And he's also projected to hit leadoff, so maybe he gets an extra bat here and there. He's definitely someone I would have some interest in today, especially with that upside. Then we move down to our outfielders. We got Andrew Vaughn at $2,700. So he has no history against Ryu, who is pitching tonight for Toronto, but he has hit left-handed pitching very well throughout his young career. And Ryu is the guy, at one point in time, he was a pretty good pitcher. Not quite the same guy at this point in time. He's not striking out a lot of batters at this point in time, so I do have a lot of interest in these White Sox hitters tonight. And then last but not least, I got Tyrone Taylor, $2,700, guy that's been hitting the ball very well, especially given expanded opportunities for this Brewers team. Goes against Kyle Hendricks today. Kyle Hendricks has 1 good start versus the Brewers and 1 bad start, so we'll see what the third one looks like this year. And Tyrone Taylor is 1-for-1 versus him in his career, so could be some upside there as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, you have $14,500 remaining, just over $3,600. So a little bit of money there. So if you want to spend up on a stud player, a premium player, you can definitely do that today. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely fine as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my article over at WeBetATS.com and talk about my top GPP stacks for today. So the 3 that I do have on tonight's slate are the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're going against Jose Quintana, who's actually pitched really, really well so far this season. So you do have a chance that this doesn't end up working out, but these Dodgers hitters have hit him very well in the past. But whatever Jose Quintana has found this year, it seems to be working, so maybe a little bit more risky play than it would be on some other slates. And then the Chicago White Sox, as I mentioned with Andrew Vaughn, this White Sox team has hit left-handed pitching very, very well for about the past 2.5 years. So definitely like the upside there. Ryu is okay pitcher. He's kind of pitching more to contact, not striking out a lot of guys, so there'll be a lot of opportunities to get some hits, some home runs, and some runs scored tonight. Then last but not least, we had the Milwaukee Brewers going against Kyle Hendricks. They do have a lot of hitters that have fared very well versus him throughout their respective careers. Obviously, he had the 1 good start versus the Brewers at the very beginning of the year, but his second start against them was nothing to write home about. So I think it's going to be more towards that second start than it was the first start of the year. But with that being said, these are my core picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, June 1st. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player that you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's MLB or USFL. Those are the two main ones at this point in time. Once we get back around to the NFL and NBA regular seasons, I'll be covering those two sports as well. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.